Hey guys, James here. I realize it might be a little hard to see me. I got the most light I could going on in my apartment right now. Everyone's sleeping, so I can't really put too much light on or anything. This video is going to be a couple parts. First part is going to be a quick update. Second part is going to be some changes I made to my tank. And third part, it's going to be some things I'm going to test out in my tank. So let me get right to the first part, the update. My 36 gallon, if you guys have been following along, you know I put a copper band butterfly in that. Yeah, I understand that definitely shouldn't put them in a 36 gallon tank. Definitely needs a bigger tank. He seemed like he was small in the fish store, so I figured maybe I could get him eating, get him fattened up, and maybe introduce him to a larger tank by the time he gets too big. But basically after about 2-3 weeks of being in the 36 gallon tank, he noticed that he developed ick, and before I could eat, of course the week he developed ick was my week that I was swamped. I couldn't make it to the fish store during their hours for my work, and after work activities I had to take care of. So he went about 3 days. I did try raising the temp. I only raised 1 degree. I didn't want to shock the system, so I went from 75 degrees to 76 degrees, and I was gonna try to bring it up, but after 3 days he didn't make it. Just as we all do, we live, we learn, we move on. Yes, it sucks losing a fish. It sucks losing that money. I'm now more educated. Now I know I'm not even going to risk putting a fish like that in that size tank. Like I said, that was an error on my part. I should have been more wise among that. Also, I should have made sure he was eating. Now, I was feeding a Angel butterfly frozen mixture once a week to him. I was trying to get him to eat my flakes with garlic that all my other fish love. He wanted nothing to do with it. I was trying a little more than I probably should have. I probably should have gotten other food for him besides the frozen the mixture I was using. This is a variety diet, but like I said, you live, you learn, you move on. Now, a couple of updates. I'm going to take you in, and I'll show you my tank and see, but please be mindful, I'm actually in the middle of doing a water change as well, which I'll get to in the next part. But here, let me take you guys in and show you what's going on. Alright, I'm charging the camera so it doesn't die on me, so I'll see if I can zoom in for you guys. Alright, there's my pink bird's nest. It's definitely seems more growth going on. I see some white tips on it, which normally what I've been reading means new growth, so I'm really excited to see that start taking off. Those are the camo polyps. They really took off from J-Dub. Next to it is my blueberry polyps from J-Dub again. You might notice that they're in a different location. They were on the other side of my tank, but the epoxy came loose and they were on the sand, so I decided to move them over with the camo polyps. Now, and they open up a little more. Again, they might be a little mad because of the water change, but that polyp, those polyps normally open up pretty big. This zooamphibian is really not opening up, so I'm hoping some of the changes I have going on will change that. Sorry guys, I know it's shaking. These zooamphibians are really doing good. They're really taking off, and the other eagle eye I put on there from J-Dub is really doing good. let's see here, let's move over to the Hollywood Center cellist. And this guy, for a while there I wasn't thinking he was doing much, but I noticed right there, you can probably see that shiny part. That's a white area. Again, I'm thinking that's a new growth. So he seems to be doing good. Oh guys, I did forget, it was behind my hose line there is my green bird's nest. That's he's starting to color up and grow a little more. Sorry guys, I know it's shaking around a lot, but he's branching out and all that stuff, so I'm pretty excited about that. Let's slide over. Here's my green star polyp, bushy, and there's the flat frag from J-Dub. So they're growing, they're spreading, looking nice. I know a lot of blue lights right now. Alright, so there's my blue voodoo. Seems to be growing tall. Back behind the blue voodoo is the purple digit. He kind of fell over, but I wasn't too concerned. And actually I'm kind of glad now because it looks like he's branching out and he's going to grow another stem on him. So I'm kind of excited about that. My Kenya tree is all closed up right now because of the water change. My cellus, there's Monty Cap here. Monty Cap is doing pretty well. Pretty excited about that. So those are the updates on the frag and the tank. Both tanks. Now my other fish are doing well. I have all my same fish in the tank. Nothing new, nothing addition. So they're all doing pretty good. So let me go in and tell you some of the changes I'm doing. The first thing, some of these changes are really try to help color up my corals and help the growth, and maybe also fight some of these nutrients I'm having in the tank. I mean, it's not bad. My Sansar is doing a pretty good job. My tank's pretty clean. But one thing is, I was doing only a 5-gallon bucket up for a water change every other week. But now I'm going to do 2 5-gallon buckets of 10 total. As you can see here, I got a nice little mixing station going with a Jabo power head. I picked that up from Mass Aquarium, that little trick from his channel. It's really easy. Pop it in, put the salt in, it's mixed up in no time. Allows me to continue working on my other things that I need to and not worry about sitting there mixing with a roller. So those are some of the changes. The 10-gallon instead of 5-gallon. I also changed my light schedule. Not by much. Now I noticed that after I posted, someone basically pointed out my hours were about 15 on light, and they thought that was also covering all my whites. So that wasn't the case. It was 15 hours for the whole system, blues and everything. So what I did was I started to think about my schedule a little more. I did want to change it a little bit. So what I did was change my whites a little bit. My system now comes on at 8:50, which when it was normal coming on, the 360 will turn on at 8:50 a.m. and then at color blue with 5%, not to startle the tank or anything. And then after 10 minutes, so at 9 a.m., these guys will kick on, and this will ramp up to 80% blue and a little brighter blue. So instead of being like a darker blue, it's going to be a little brighter blue. Then about 11 o'clock, this will ramp to 60% white. So it'll ramp all the way up to white and 60% intensity, and then it'll start ramping down to about 4 o'clock, where it'll go back to the blue. It'll stay at the blue for until about 11, and that's when it'll turn off. These guys will go off at 10:30, so a half hour before the 360 goes off. So the only difference I really changed in the schedule is the whites were actually going to 6 o'clock. Now they go at 4, so that's 2 hours off the whites. And my ramping is a little different as well. So hopefully that helps spread the corals and help fight some of the nutrients I'm seeing. You might be wondering why I'm using air hose right now for my water change. Like I said, I used to do a 5-gallon bucket, and now I'm doing 10. So a little trick I picked up on the internet was put a electrical tape of where your water changes are, and use like a Python or the Aqua siphon to suck out, which I've been doing, but it was marked for my 5-gallon. So I'm making a new mark for my 2 buckets instead of 1 now. So I'm allowing that to go. I'll be measuring the water coming out. I'll mark the tape, and we'll go from there. So let me dive into the third section of my thing. That's a little experiment I'm going to do. Well, actually, first off, let's go back to my update. Like another issue why I think I kind of lost my butterfly was I wasn't really keeping up on the hydrogen or the maintenance of the 36-gallon filter. I'm running a Fuval 306 filter on that, and I kind of let it go. I wasn't keeping up on it, and I really need to get back in and keep that going. So I did pick up a big change. So I'm going to be changing the carbon. I'm going to be, changing the pad. I'm going to change the biomedia. Now I know this is a big change at once. I'm not going to rinse or anything the bio pads or the filter, the sponge. I'm going to let that go into the next time I need to do them. Sorry guys, I got a cough going. So I'm hoping that'll help keep the beneficial bacteria in there. I also got a bunch of rocks. I got about 26 gallons, or 26 gallons, I got about 26 pounds of rock in there that'll hold the beneficial bacteria. Now, with my third area I want to talk to you guys about is how I'm going to try to speed up the growth and the coloration of my corals. Now, a lot of people might say, oh, it's a light I'm using. The Kessels are pretty good light. Everyone will tell you that. Some people say they had slow growth under the Kessels. I kind of find that hard to believe that the Kessels are really the cause. They're a pretty well-known brand. They're nice lights. So just personally, I find that hard to believe that Kessel can't really grow and color up your corals properly. So what I'm doing, I've been dosing the Reef Foundation from Red Sea. I really like this product, so I've been using pardon me guys, I've been using their A, B, and C. A is your calcium, B is your aquilinium, and the C is your magnesium. So what I do is I test my water weekly, and then I dose manually off of that. I'm hoping once I start moving with a couple other things, I can get a dosing pump, calculate everything I need to do daily, and have those going. But I've been seeing pretty good stuff since I've been using this. I've been using this stuff for a while now. I really like it, really easy to use. Also, once a week, I was feeding Reefroids. I know a lot of you guys out there use Reefroids and all that stuff. They're a good product. Like I said, I'm seeing growth in my corals and stuff, but I want to try to see if I can speed that up. So I'm going to continue to do this once a week. I'm going to continue manually dosing the foundation, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add Red Sea Reef Energy to it. Now this is their A and B. It's a dosing. They recommend dosing daily. I'm not going to dose daily. This stuff will add like the fatty acid and all the good nutrients back into the system, which that's why I'm thinking I'm having my lack. Like I said, I don't think it's the lighting, I think it's the water chemistry. I am using Reef Crystal salt. Might change that out, but right now I got a big bucket of that salt. I'm going to use it, but I'm going to start using the Reef Energy. Like I said, they say dose it daily. I'm not going to dose daily. I'm going to dose once a week. So Saturdays I'm going to use this, which will feed my corals on Saturday, and I'll use Reefroids on Sunday, like I've been doing, as I normally do. So I'm hoping that the combination of these will help the corals color up and grow. I've been also looking at the Red Sea coloration dosing stuff, so I'm going to hold off on that for now. There is one other thing I gotta see. So, oh yeah. Besides just doing the Reefroids once a week, I'm gonna, when I was at the live fish store, these rotifers, he said he used it on all his tanks and it works really well. He said he will mix it up with the Reefroids. So instead of giving your normal dosing of the Reefroids, he cut them in half and added this as a supplement with it. So I'm going to try it out. I mean, it's basically 36 mini cube. It's basically it's for saltwater fish, invertebrate, and corals. So I'm hoping also benefits my clam. It's an all natural reef diet. So let's see what's in here. Ingredient is rotifer, water, and gula gum. I do apologize. So hopefully this will help speed up the growth and stuff on my corals. So thank you guys for being with me. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thank you.